Yo, what the fuck, bro? Turn that shit off. We're trying to do a podcast here, man.
Bro, what the fuck? I waited a month for this, man. We're on Destroy Dick December right now. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, fucking goddamn it, man. You're in the living room. Oh my god, bro. Fuck. If you guys knew what
I forgot we weren't supposed to nut on this couch.
Yeah, this is a brand new couch, man. You guys don't even understand, like, fucking trying to live with this dude, man. Excuse that noise in the background. Let me do a little music here, but, what is up, people? Welcome back to the 7th episode of the Evicted Podcast. Damn, I need to start the 7th, doing my research on my own work here. Yeah. Here we are, we're back again, and, what do we have to say for ourselves? We didn't really plan this episode out very much, so,
first off, I'd like to formally apologize to everyone for having a 7-minute outro on last episode. We did get a little bit distracted. We're going to try to make this outro a little bit shorter, and, we'll hopefully never have a 7-minute outro again.
At least not one in which we're talking about sucking on Mama and Gam Gam's cock, because, you know what, to all of our 8 to 14 viewers out there, that was a little bit obscene. You know, you didn't really, you shouldn't have heard that. I'm sorry.
You're a little bit too drunk, maybe.
Yeah.
And you did do 8 bars of Xanax as well before the podcast. That was a little bit reckless of you, maybe a little bit immature as well.
I can neither confirm nor deny the fact that I was on Xanax. I'll leave that up to your imagination. But, I mean, PSA guys, our fan base has increased by almost 14-fold since last episode, so we really just want to make this episode about the fans, so we're just going to read some of the comments.
Alright, I'll get it started.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll just go over to, we have absolutely no comments on any video, even though we've been encouraging you guys to comment on these videos, and we're on YouTube now, so I know y'all have a fucking Google account, and I know y'all have a YouTube. That's the same thing, so you should be able to comment on there. I'm begging you. I'm serious. Please comment on our shit.
Please.
Alright.
I just think, like, you know, like, we literally, like, I feel like people are, like, we're on at a bar or somewhere, right? Like, on the jukebox, and people listen every Thursday or some shit, and they put us on, and they're just like, and when will they beg for more fan interaction? And then they just, like, do the drums and shit, and, like, you know what I mean? And they're just laughing, they're like, those stupid fucking idiots, like, they just ask for people to comment again, like,
we're gonna keep asking until y'all comment.
Please.
We're gonna keep, I'm serious.
Please.
Like I said earlier, we're bad men, and we're gonna keep asking for you to comment.
Yeah, I know every single one of you that listens to this, okay? And we're bad.
I know all 3 of you.
Yeah, literally.
The viewership has increased by 2 people since the last podcast. But anyway, moving on from how many people are actually listening to this, I think we should move on to the first topic of the show, and that being the song of the week. What is the song of the week this week, Christian? By a local artist?
Really put me on the spot here. Okay, so I've been thinking about this long and hard. I couldn't even sleep last night. I was just trying to figure out the song of the week. It really haunted me. But our good boy Clipson, our homie, just released a song. It's called Tweaking and Dreaming. Tweaking and Dreaming. Not Tweaking and Dreaming, that's Tweaking and Dreaming by Clipson. We're going to link it in our description, as always. Song of the week. What do you think about this song?
I think this song is a step in the right direction for young Clipson. I think with each song he is getting better. He's an up-and-coming artist.
Mm-hmm. On the rise.
On the rise. If y'all haven't heard of him already, I know he has a few plays on SoundCloud, way more than our fucking dumb podcast. But go give him a listen. And I want to add a bonus song of the week in there, and it's Jiggy by Sprite.
Okay, that I can fuck with that one for sure.
I can fuck with both of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, both of them should collab. And if either of you are listening to this,
We're here. Music.
Yeah, we'll make the connection. We were talking to our homie Sprite. That guy's awesome. Mm-hmm. I might do a gay rap in what's the word? Memoriam? No, in honor of him. Like inspired by this dude.
I would love to get that guy on this podcast and do an interview, do like a video interview.
We will one day.
I think we totally could. Like he doesn't live too far away from us, I would imagine.
Anyway, that guy's funny as fuck. Go check his shit out. But yeah, that is the song of the week. I think that, it's just like, it just kind of sucks, talking to this mic knowing that no one listens to it, man. Like, cheer up, you bloke. I looked at our watch time on YouTube the other day, and I was super excited, I was just like, bro, we just put this new podcast up. It's got like 25 views. I looked at the watch time. It's a 30-minute episode, and it had like 40 minutes of watch time. Which means that half you fucking blokes out there fucking clicked on the video, got 2 minutes in, and you're just like, no. These guys suck. So.
And you know what? That is fair, because sometimes I feel like our podcast could a little tiny bit more preparation in there, but we want to keep these things organic, and it's just basically a little piece of ourselves that we're offering once a week.
Yeah, well, I think the main goal of the podcast, for me anyway, is we do skits on Instagram at the moment. That's our main thing. We're right about to be into doing skits on YouTube, and so basically we've always got a camera in our face whenever you guys see us. So we're always playing characters, and like we're acting and doing these skits, and we're not like Hollywood actors yet, but
wait till our first YouTube video though.
It's gonna be fire.
You are gonna see some acting chops in that video.
Yeah, and that's because every time Carter or Liam screws up a scene, I'm punching them as hard as I can in the nuts, and that goes the same for me. Exactly, because that's how you get the acting chops, is you destroy your buddy's chops. But yeah, that sounded a little more gay than I had meant it to, but
you know what? You didn't. You said no homo at the end of it, didn't you? You did.
I whispered it. I thought it in my head.
As long as you think it. If you do something gay and then you think no homo after you do something gay, it's not gay anymore.
Yeah.
So you suck your homie's dick and you just think, man, that probably wasn't that gay of me. Then it most likely wasn't gay of you.
Yeah. If you get married and have kids with a dude, and you're a dude, and you live a happy life together, and you just, you have like really intimate, like beautiful relationship, but then on your deathbed, you think, you know what? No homo.
Was that gay of me? Nah.
No. So there you go. That's that. If you're really scared of being gay, and you think, oh my god, maybe I'm a closet gay, there you go. There's your out. You can just say no homo.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit of a diversion from the topic. I do want to talk about where we see the podcast. We ultimately see it being fan interaction, because eventually there will be at least some people that listen to this, and we'll do it live, and we're just going to interact with you guys and just be like, hey, Mr. Lick Pussy Master 6'9", 6'9". Yeah, well, we're just going to be like, what do you want to talk about? And he's just going to be like, I want you guys to talk about the last time you ate pussy.
This guy's obsessed with licking pussy. Man.
Yeah.
It's like, his Instagram name is Licking Pussy Master. What was it? _69.
Yeah, XXX.
Triple no scope.
Yeah, 69.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and sorry, the whole name starts with Phase.
Yes. Yeah. He's a member of the Phase Clan. But just really obsessed with 69. Anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent. But yeah, we ultimately want to go with fan interaction. Again, tying back to what I was saying earlier, I think, the acting chops are about to come out, but like we've always got a mask on or whatever. But like ultimately, what Evicted Network is about, guys, is ultimately it's about entertaining you, and part of that I think is you guys having at least baseline knowledge of who we are, and that's why we want to do the podcast weekly, because then you don't have to watch us working which is what we're doing with the videos. We're acting like there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. We just want to like be like, all right, you know what, fuck it. Thursday night or whatever night it is in the future when you're listening to this, the fucking Evicted Podcast that night is for the boys and also for the girls.
Yeah, for the fans, for everyone listening to this.
Exactly.
Also to the people, I don't know if you're really listening to it on the podcast, if you fuck with our podcast as much as you fuck with our Instagram, but to everyone who has, I'm going to reiterate this on Instagram as well, so more of you can see it, but to everyone who's been messaging us and commenting on our videos and supporting us and saying that, that our stuff is hilarious and you fuck with our stuff, like, we appreciate all of you, and just seeing those messages in our DMs as well, like, that's a big boost, like, it's a big motivator to keep doing what we're doing right now, just because, like, as I'm sure most of you know, like, we are just doing this to entertain you guys right now at this point, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I love it. We're just two fucking, we're 22-year-old men, which we've mentioned, which really, what that really means is we're just two 22-year-old kids. And we started this all up with the dream of entertaining people and making people laugh. And to see only a month in, people sending us messages and saying like, "Oh my god, you guys are so funny," and like, I love your skits and stuff, and like, it really does mean the world to us. Like, I've had quite a few moments that have just really been brought up by people in their nice comments. So please keep it up. At this point, where we are, we have tons of time to respond to you guys. It's not like we're getting like 40,000 messages a day. So
yeah,
if you send us a message, we'll probably reply to you, and we'd love to have a conversation. And we really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot because at the end of the day, we're just trying to make you guys laugh, and
we're always going to try to make time for you guys as well, because that's, that is the main.
That's what we do it for. We do it for you guys.
We're doing it for you guys. So if you message us, because I know some of you aren't sure if you can message us. I don't know if we come off intimidating, but I know a little bit of you are like uncomfortable to message us, but just go for it anyway. Like, just message us.
Yeah, we're just two dudes. We're no different than you.
Exactly.
I know that sounds ridiculous because it's not like we have like 1 million followers, but we're
just trying to. We're just trying to make funny shit, and make you guys laugh. So.
Yeah, and if you fuck with it, if you fuck with the movement, if you fuck with what we're doing, then like we love hearing that shit. So listen, Liam runs the Instagram pretty well. I'm running the Twitter right now. So both of those are social medias where you can private message us.
We do have a Facebook page as well, but it's not really. We don't have anything.
Yeah, because
Facebook
is gay, bro.
Facebook sucks, man.
Facebook does suck. Does that mean that we're not going to post on the Facebook? No, absolutely not. We will, but like, fuck Facebook.
Just know while we're on it, we hate it.
Yeah, like I'm just wondering, like, in the future, like, people that are going to look back at this and be like, damn, but like, I found their page from Facebook, and I'm just going to be like, well,
fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, fuck you, you fucking Facebook using
you Facebook nerd.
Yeah, loser.
Not really, but.
Yeah, no, I still fuck with it, but like, I fuck with it I don't care how you find us, I don't care if you fucking find us on Backpage, and it's just like, these stupid idiots are not even funny, go to their page and spam them and call them retarded.
We do have a Backpage profile, by the way. This is like a side venture.
Yeah, we're trying to make some money.
Besides Evicted.
Evicted prostitution.
Oh, alright. Okay.
Maybe that's a little too explicit, like, maybe that's a little too, like, black and white, like, hey, this is
it's just like us in Speedos with our legs spread and like us like with our head between our legs and like we're eating things.
Yeah, you know the video Side to Side by Ariana Grande? No. Where they're like half naked in bodysuits and they're on exercise bikes? We do that. Carter's the front man.
Carter's the man.
Carter's the man. If you guys are true Evicted fans,
if you guys fuck with Carter, leave a comment.
Hashtag Team Carter.
Hashtag Team Carter if you fuck with Carter.
Yeah, because we fuck with Carter. You know what?
Both fuck with Carter.
I'm finna comment. Hashtag Team Carter.
I might if I remember to do it.
maybe we'll see what happens. But shit, I hope you guys fuck with the vision. Like we said, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people go into this like with the expectation or like the view like, oh, I'm going to do this to make money, or like, you know, and don't get me wrong, that would be the dream. That would be like incredible. But
if this is something that we could just do for you guys and worry about that as a job to just entertain you guys, that's the dream.
That is the dream. But at the end of the day, like, if you guys are just fucking with us and you're like, shit, I like listening to this podcast every week, or I like the skits that they put out. That's what it's about, man. So we really appreciate that. Like, we don't need to be making money off you guys and shit like that. It's just we both, and also Carter, which is a big part of it.
Yeah.
We just it puts a smile on our face knowing that we're entertaining you guys. So please, if you guys have any ideas for something you'd like us to do on YouTube or Instagram or whatever the hell, like, again, please comment. Please. Because, yeah, I mean, fucking some fan interaction, guys. Like,
that'd be great. Like, you know what? I remember we always encourage fan interaction on every episode of the podcast that we do. And we may not be getting it on our episodes of the podcast, but we are getting fan interaction through our other social media ventures right now, and that's mainly Instagram right now. But it's going to be YouTube. It's going to be Twitter too. I'm gonna put a link to the Twitter on an Instagram story coming up, so you guys can see it, and then you guys can just follow the Twitter.
I'm tweeting like daily. You know, I got that shit unlocked. You know, we ain't like spreading ourselves thin. Like,
no, because these accounts are run by individuals, so we're not spreading ourselves thin at all. I don't think.
Yeah, but we're all part of Evicted Network. Yeah. You guys are part of Evicted Network. You guys are just as much of a part of this as we are. So, again, if you're listening to this, which is at this point, I don't know how the podcast is going to turn out, but I'm assuming this is probably the halfway mark. If you're halfway through this podcast, which means you probably didn't skip to the end, yeah, we really appreciate that. Please, we're not acting. I don't want you to like the video. I don't want you to subscribe. I don't really care about that. What I care about is hearing what you guys like. If
you don't like something we do, we want to hear about it, because we're not just going to block you or just not consider it that as well. We want constructive criticism. If we didn't do something right or like up to our standards that you guys are already holding us to, we want you guys to let us know, so then we can, you know, not do that for our next video, so we can, you know, keep that quality that, you know, already brought you guys to us, and that's made you guys follow us in the first place. We want to uphold that bar, that standard that we set.
And again, it's just, I'm sure Liam feels the same way, but just at least to me personally, just the fact that people fuck with my shit and are like, damn, I enjoy what these people do. That's,
of course, it's a great feeling.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
That's why I do it. That's, you know, I've had some gaming channels in the past. There might even be some on YouTube still remaining.
Maybe. That's what you guys figure out. We're not going to tell you.
Maybe you have to stick around a little bit longer to figure out exactly what that is. But even back when I was doing those YouTube channels, man, like that was the whole thing. Like, people would comment on my videos and be like, "Hey, man, I enjoyed this. Keep it up." And you know what? That fucking that idea that like somewhere out there was a person that like watched my video and for that specific amount of time, let's say it was 10 minutes or the podcast, 30 minutes or some shit, and you're listening to it, and for those 30 minutes, like, we have your attention, and like that entertains you, and like you've had a good 30 minutes because you just listened to two fucking dudes on the couch talking to a mic. That's incredible, and I know we've been talking about it a long time, but it's just how important it is.
Yeah, we just want to touch up on that real quick with you guys, just to kind of touch base, really.
Yeah, that's why we ask for so much fan interaction, is because that's what we do this for. Otherwise, I think we wouldn't do the podcast if we didn't care about the people who listen to it.
Sure.
Because me and Liam are very good at having a natural conversation, but then, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to think about something to talk about, you know what I mean?
Unless you're thinking about it beforehand. But what was I going to say? We are going to be retouching up on on these points that we've just brought up on an Instagram story, or we might go live on Instagram. We're not 100% sure how we're gonna do it yet, because I don't think we should do it as like a post, but a story even.
We'll figure something out. And again, we're just getting out there. I think we have 500 followers on Instagram now, which again,
we just want to let you guys know, even though we're not considered big in the grand scheme of things, even though 500 of you guys maybe follow us. I don't know if all 500 of you fuck with us or even know what we do, but I know, out of the 500 of you, there are people that are messaging us and encouraging us to keep going and asking us why we're not bigger. Sorry about that, my phone just hit my nuts. But anyway, my point being, we just want to touch base and let you guys know we know you guys exist, and we love and appreciate you guys just for fucking with us on that level. And I also want to let you guys know we're going to keep the quality coming. And if we do have the time as well, we are going to upload twice a week on Instagram. But that's not me saying we're going to upload twice a week on Instagram regularly. I'm just saying if we have the time, but minimum, we're going to be uploading once a week on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be uploading on YouTube every week as well. And I'm not trying to promise anything right now, but whenever we can, we're also going to get a vlog in on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we're juggling some ideas with the vlogs and how YouTube is going to work, but we have a pretty general idea. But regardless, at very least, what we're promising you, because people might think this is silly, excuse me, I need to turn my phone off because I know you guys can keep hearing my phone going off, but shit, what was I just saying? I lost my train of thought.
How YouTube's gonna work?
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I know it might sound a little bit silly, these guys have fucking 25 views at most on some of their podcast episodes and 500 followers on Instagram. Why the fuck do they care about treating this like a job? But we're treating it like a job,
so we can make it a job. We're treating this like a job right now, so we can make it a job eventually.
Yeah, and you know what? One of my favorite clips ever of someone with that level of confidence in themselves is Adam Sandler, and he's doing some stand-up comedy. He says, "Yeah, I'm not famous yet, but I will be." And so people that are listening out there, and people that are saying, I fuck with the vision, and why don't you guys have hundreds of thousands of subscribers right now?
We fucking appreciate you guys.
But not only do we appreciate it, but we're gonna make that shit happen, and we're gonna show people damn, Evicted Network go hard. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I didn't want to say anything when you guys were messaging us, but for the people with us right now, we are gonna make this I don't want to bribe you guys or anything, but we'll remember you. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
we are gonna remember you guys.
Because at this point, our fans, we almost know them on a per name basis.
Yeah,
me and Liam will discuss hey, did you see what? Well, I'll even shout out one of your guys' names right now. Hey, did you see what Drip Goku said? He was one of the first people that really commented and been yo guys, you're super funny. I can see you guys going somewhere. Again, it means the world to us, but I'll always remember that. I don't think I'll ever forget that name. So if you fuck with us now,
we remember the people that have hopped on this wave with us from the beginning, and we're going to remember you guys. I promise you that.
Exactly. And you know what? And Evicted Network up next, bro.
100%. That's basically what I was going to say.
And again, even if it doesn't lead to anything, even if this never becomes our job, I'll always want to do it as long as I can because I fucking love it.
We want to keep making you guys laugh, and if you guys have any specific ideas that you think would be funny, would make for a good video, then don't be afraid to just let us know on either YouTube, on the podcast comment section, because that's a good place for ideas as well. We're definitely going to be checking that, and as well as that, if you want to go ahead or just leave a comment on one of our posts on Instagram, or you can even DM us as well. Like we said earlier, that's totally fine if you want to DM us. But yeah, if you have an idea that's not absolutely fucked, something that we're able to do without getting arrested, 100%, we're going to try to make it happen.
Yeah, because that's again, that's what matters. We appreciate it. We really do, and I almost don't even feel bad. We've probably been talking about this for like 20 to 25 minutes right now, and
but that's good because I know some of you guys are almost like being like, why are your podcasts getting shorter and shorter?
Yeah, because well, we'll be honest, man. Like me and Liam, like again, like, we're super good at like me and him could carry a conversation about the fucking stupidest bullshit for probably like 3 hours, but then when you put on the mic and we have to talk about a certain thing, it's a little harder. When I guarantee you, this podcast will probably be one of the most free flowing and fucking funny and fucking natural podcast you've ever heard once we have a live audience, because then we can interact with the audience, and that's where we're going to thrive. But then we try to, the problem that we have with it is we sit down and we're just like, what do we talk about?
Not only this, but to touch upon what Christian just said, we did promise that like last episode of the podcast, like we are getting equipment to make our videos and podcasts and everything we do better. We're getting the equipment, like we're not just, this isn't just something that we're just like spending a couple weeks on and being like, oh, you know what, this isn't our thing. We ordered equipment like to make these videos for you guys to do this shit. Like we might potentially be soundproofing a room in our apartment, going to do the podcast in there, but I kind of like our setup right now, but I would love to have a video camera and go on Twitch instead of, we could go YouTube live, but like from my understanding, the best place to do live events is like Twitch, but we'll just do YouTube live once we're able to do live.
We'll figure something out. We'll go live and we'll have a webcam. Yeah. So you guys can see us. Regardless, doesn't matter what platform is dropping on.
A webcam or like a nice camera?
Well, yeah, sorry, that's the wrong term. Not a webcam, but like I'm talking like a Canon or like a Nikon,
yeah,
like
we'll have one of those.
HD camera.
And it'll look super nice, like when we go live. We just want to make sure that the quality is there before we do go live, because we don't want to go live and just have like a shitty old, camera like everyone else does. Like not everyone else, but just like we don't think it's okay to bring you guys a certain material that like you would kind of consider trash, I guess.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Exactly.
So, the podcast is one of the only things where like there's, it's again, like we don't have a lot of time to really sit down and iron out like the exact details of the podcast, because we've got a lot of stuff on the go right now, and that's not an excuse. Like I'm not saying that like the quality. It's not that I don't think the quality of the podcast is bad, but like in terms of like the actual production quality, like it will go up. Yeah. It just isn't right now. But
like we said earlier, you guys are on this wave, and it's gonna be cool because the beginning fans, like you guys that were there with us from the beginning, are gonna see our quality go up and up, and you guys are just gonna be like, I remember when these guys had 500 followers. And we'll remember you guys, like when you guys are saying that stuff, and we'll know who was around. When we just started, we're just getting our feet wet into this whole social media, YouTube comedy thing. It's been something that Christian and I wanted to do for we wanted to do it for a little bit, because we didn't know how to start and where to start really. But now that we've started, we just want to keep pumping out these videos for you guys. And, if you do fuck with them, then let your friends know. That's the best way that we can really get noticed and keep making funny videos for you guys.
That mean the world to us, because not only does it mean we get noticed, but if we just the whole thing, like where like I really enjoy people like it. It almost blows my mind to think that someone could listen to the things we do and show their friend, and then their friend's like, yeah, those guys are dope. And then they're like, because like me and Liam have content creators. That's why it's so special to me, is because like me and Liam have content creators like that. Like we have like people like that are popping on YouTube and Instagram that like we talk about, and like one of their videos will come up, and like we're like, yo, you see this kind of thing? Because like that's what we want. We want people to like really enjoy it. And again, what Liam said, we've been talking about, doing this for so long, and really where it all started, guys, is this podcast. It really all started here because we were like, you know what? We're doing this fucking podcast. We've been talking about it for way too long. Let's do it. And here we are. We're on the 7th episode. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's 7 weeks. That's what fucking 7 times 7. That's 49 days that the podcast has been an active part of our lives. And I'm telling you, if you have any sort of doubt in your mind that if you have any sort of doubt, shut up, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Bro, anytime. This happens every time when I try to talk. He never listens to me.
I didn't mean to, man. I got distracted.
Anyway, so one.
Okay.
Oh my God. So what I'm trying to say is that.
Okay, I'm done. Alright.
What I'm trying to say is that if you have any doubt that we won't make it to fucking episode 52 of the podcast, which means we have been doing it for a full year,
we're serious.
Then soundbite this. I want you to soundbite this right now on the 7th episode of the podcast and be like, yeah, these guys will never make it to 52 episodes, and tell me where Evicted Network is at fucking episode 52, 1 year.
Also, like, if you guys are one of the people right now that have said they will never make it to episode 52, then please take a picture of you spitting out your cereal once we get episode 52 done and send it to us, and we'll use it as a thumbnail for our 50-second podcast.
Yes, please. I want you like that. Again.
Also, meme us, please. That is a request of mine.
Yeah, we'll put out some. We'll try to like make like a little slideshow for you guys and like meme us, man. Like
we're gonna make a video of us in front of a green screen eventually and do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I definitely want to do that.
That'll be funny.
Yeah. Again, just a synopsis of all of this. Just thank you guys. Even if there's 5 people that have actually made it this far in the podcast, whether you've been with us since day one in terms of like you are a real life friend and we told you, hey, listen, or you're just some random person that found us on the internet, thank you for sticking with us. I promise you, there's quite a ride in the future. We've got a lot of shit planned for you guys. We're talking about this 24/7. Like I said, like we're going to our 9 to 5s. We're working and we're coming. And while we're at the 9 to 5s, even we're thinking about ideas and shit to make you guys laugh. And we come home and we're brainstorming. We're writing shit down. There's a whole process. Like we ain't sleeping on this, and I don't think we're going to be sleeping on this anytime soon. So.
The ball has started rolling. We just want to get it to where it needs to go. Exactly.
And again, any kind of support, like, it's just more incentive, and also, just like, I don't know. It's all going into this. So, thank you guys. That's it. Like that's our real point here. Like,
and now we want to move on.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you were done with that segment.
That's where I was going. I was trying to transition into this.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna move on now to our Would You Rather.
Yeah,
for the night.
And I'll let you start. I think.
Okay. All right. Mine's gonna be a pretty easy one, I guess, or a simple one. I'll say. Would you rather receive $500,000 or be, you know what, no, scratch that. Scratch the $500,000. Would you rather be rich and like content, or would you rather just be happy and scraping by, but you're happy though?
This way could definitely go 2 ways, but my take on it is that life is too short to just be content with what you're doing, whatever it is. Now, does life feel short? To me, no. I'm a 22-year-old guy. I feel like I got my whole life ahead of me, and you know what? Realistically, I probably do. I've been faced with this in my real life before, where it's like it's a decision between, am I happy with what I'm doing, or should I move on and try to make more money, and would I be happy doing that? And ultimately what I chose was happiness and my well-being, because it's more important than money. People say money can't buy you happiness. I think it's a little bit of bullshit. If you're poor and you're living on the streets, chances are you're not very happy. If you're living in the freezing cold of Alaska or some shit, like in some really like cold place, and you have to bum for food, and half the day, like, you know, half of your life you're not even eating, you're probably not going to be very happy. So money does kind of give you a little bit of security in the sense that, like, okay, I have a place over my head, I can go and sleep, I can eat food, like, you know, I can live a sort of life where I'm a little bit more happy. But at the end of the day, is that really what happiness is about, right? Like, do you walk into your home and instantly you're happy because it's somewhere you have to sleep? I don't think so. I think happiness is a lot more than that. I think when you look at what it really means to be happy and doing something that you love, there's a very clear difference between doing something that you're content with, because, I mean, lots of people are content with their jobs, but, like, how many people wake up in the morning and let's say they work a 7 to 5, right? That's their hours. How often do those people wake up for like 5 or 6 whenever they need to wake up and go to work and be like, you know what? But I genuinely love this. So that's okay.
Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'll elaborate on what Christian's saying right now. Like, how many of you, like, and I'm not trying to say like this is a shitty job at all, because to each their own, and another person could be happy doing a job that one person is fucking miserable at. But
definitely,
let's say if you're working at McDonald's, for example, I've worked there before, but you know, most of the people I know have, like, coming out of high school and everything, or maybe when they're in high school. But you know, there's some older people that work there too. That's fine. It is a career choice for some people. But anyway, my point being on that. How many people go to McDonald's when they work there, and they get off work, or they're on their lunch break, and they're just thinking, man, like, I'm so excited to flip this burger. Like, how can I improve on flipping this burger? Like, usually the mentality, like, when you're there is to work hard, but you're not thinking of innovative new ways to just cook a hamburger at McDonald's. You're not thinking about McDonald's when you're off from McDonald's. Like, you're not thinking about that. It's just something you do to, like, you know, earn money, and be content. Like, well, I think for this would you rather, I'm gonna have to go with just be happy and just be scraping by, because I did go to a job before in the past where I was miserable all the time. And
it's a big part of your life.
It is a big part of your life, and if you don't, you know, try to change it or fix it, then it's going to put you in a bad mental state. Because there's a time when I was just going to work and I was just thinking, is this it? Like, is this what I'm going to do? Is this what I want to do? Fuck no, fuck that. And you know, I'm not trying to turn that around into saying that, like, this could be a potential career for us, because, you know, hey, maybe it could, but it's always good to have a backup plan. But what I'm saying at the very end of the day is I'd rather be, you know, happy and scraping by than rich and content. But it would sure be nice as fuck to be rich and happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, that'd be the dream.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta go with the same thing. I'd rather be scraping by and just, you know, happy with whatever it is I'm doing, because you can't put a price on happiness, man. You can't. And
sure.
And although I say that, you know, the whole money can't buy happiness thing is yeah. That's what's going on in my brain. Elevator music, rather, like. Is this your stop? No. Okay. Up.
Goo.
So, yeah, totally. I mean, like, there are more important things than making a lot of money. Money can help you be happy in the sense that, like, you can have a big house, and maybe that's part of what makes you happy. But, like,
it can also help you get to where you need to get to.
Yeah, but I'd rather just be happy, man. It's I think a lot of people might be more inclined to say what we're saying, but you know, I've seen some pretty fucking money hungry people out there before, man. So
yeah,
that's the unfortunate side of money. Is
I think it's good to be money hungry, but I don't think it's good to, you know, have that be the driving force of your life. Like, I think it's good to be ambitious. I think it's good to just wake up and be like, let's get this bread, fam. Like, that kind of attitude. Like, I think that's a great attitude to have.
Certainly.
But I think, like, where you're like,
what do I have to do to get money?
Yeah, like, if you have the mentality where you're just thinking about money all the time and you're like, I'm going to fuck over my friends for $20 or $40, like, you got to change your attitude and your perspective on money, because it's not everything. But for the people who say money isn't happiness, nah, fuck that. Money is happiness, because you can buy whatever the fuck you want to make you happy.
I feel like if you were a billionaire, there would be a much less likely chance of you being miserable. Like, you'd be like, oh, I'm depressed. I guess I'll just fucking fly to fucking South America.
Yeah.
Or shit.
I'm gonna go take a vacation because I'm rich.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really digging what I'm doing right now. I guess I'll just fly to Dubai and just fucking party and snort cocaine for a week.
And buy a $3 million car.
Yeah. I guess
donuts in it, and then buy another $3 million car.
Yeah, I guess I'll just fucking total a Bugatti and then buy a fucking Maserati.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that sounds like fun. So, like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's the kind of shit, like, people, like, yeah, like, that would probably make me pretty happy. Or at least I could distract myself.
But if you had an infinite supply of money, would that be an infinite supply of happiness? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because then you can buy whatever you want, whenever you want, and I feel like that's only, the novelty of that will eventually wear off. Eventually.
Yeah, money doesn't equal happiness, I feel like. But it does, like, it provides you a certain security towards happiness. Like, you know, like, oh, I have a big house. That's just hard, you know. Anyway,
that's a nice house. That's a sense of security. Like, I feel like there's a few important things in life: having a career, having a home, a family, maybe if you are a family person, or just like, you know, mainly the home and the career. And that's a lot of what people worry about at the end of the day. They're like, I want a home, and I can't be homeless. I need to have somewhere to put a roof over my head after I get off work, and I need somewhere to start a family and raise a family. Like, I feel like that is part of, like, the driving force of, like, why you want to make money, because you need to pay off your mortgage, you need to take care of your family,
and those are things that make people happy, like having a family and having a house.
Exactly. And you need to take care of yourself too. You need to be able to take care of yourself. So just being financially comfortable would also make you happy, I guess, but I don't know. It
would take away a lot of the murder. Man, what's with me? Today, Liam can attest to this. I literally said that earlier, where I replaced a word that shouldn't have been used. Like, I just said it takes away a lot of the murder. What I meant was it takes a lot of like the concern or worry that you have.
Leave it in though.
Yeah. So I have a would you rather as well, but truth be told, I'm just stalling for time because this motherfucker just ran off to the bathroom, as I'm sure you could hear. He said, just leave that in, as if I was going to cut this part out. What the fuck? It's not like we cut out a lot of shit on the podcast. You know, maybe just like 80% of it, 20% of it usually stays in. But, you know, that's just me and you talking. You know, that's just me and you shooting the shit and stuff like that. So, when this motherfucker comes back, I'll give him a little bit of a would you rather. And that's a good would you rather. Actually, I read something very similar to it when I was looking for mine because, like I said in an earlier episode of the podcast, I'm not very good at coming up with these things. So, I mean, again, throwing it back to the fans, we would love to hear some would you rathers that you would like to hear us answer, and as long as it's not something super, super fucking obscene and shit like that, then, you know, we'll do it for sure. Like, we love that shit, so, you know, don't Don't say anything ridiculous, but we love the fan interaction. And shit, I'm running out of things to stall with. It's getting late. I'm getting tired, so I'm about ready to fucking hit the hay. But I do have to do this fucking Would You Rather. So Liam, if you're listening, hurry the fuck up because I ain't trying to cut this shit. But to be fair, maybe I'll hit pause. No, I'll hit pause until he comes back. But thanks for listening to me ramble for like a minute and a half. But I'm sure he'll be right back. So pause. Slight intermission, but we are back. Let me get in here. Excuse me for a second. My Would You Rather, it's I feel like I know your answer, but I'd like to hear why. And again, please, I encourage you guys, please let us know some Would You Rathers from you guys, and also what would your answer be. Even if you DM us or fucking send it to evictedfanmail@gmail.com or you comment it in the YouTube comment section, whatever the fuck you do, I'd love to hear it. Would you rather go 500 years into the past or 500 years into the future?
500 years into the future.
Me too. I totally agree with that. I feel like a lot of people would say that, but why? Why do you want to do that?
I want to see like what everything is like in the future. Like I want to see what gaming is like in the future. Like it's the gaming 500 years from now, it would be unreal to see. Like, have you ever seen that movie? Like, what's that one that just came out in theaters and it's literally Player One? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, or Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. If y'all ever seen that, I would imagine that's what gaming is probably going to be like in the next like 100 years or so. Because like at the rate gaming is now, like if you think about it, like me and Christian just had this conversation the other day. When him and I were growing up, like the games you had to have, like the games you had to be playing were Pokemon. What's another one? Metroid. That's one you'd say like you played growing up maybe a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Like
Sonic.
I think when we were growing up, like
Legend of Zelda 2.
Like Nintendo 64 was like the console that like when I don't know when that system dropped, but I think it was like close to my birth or whatever, but like that's the system that I remember being like, this is my jam. Like this is state of the art technology. Nintendo 64, like hey you Pikachu.
And now to go back to the original point. Now picture that, and now picture where we're at now. The PS4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch. Picture all that, but like I don't know, like 500 years in the future. Like I can't wrap my head around it. Like so, that's just one point as to why I want to go 500 years in the future. 500 years in the future, we might have time travel, so I could go back 500 years possibly, depending on where our technology is at in 500 years. I'm just talking out of my ass right now.
Yeah, who knows? Because I mean,
but I'm just saying, you never know. We could have time travel in 500 years.
You real scientific fuckers are going to be like, it's not possible to go back in time. And
eat my ass.
Yes, and to that I do say, eat my ass, because like, who's to say that we just don't understand time properly enough right now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I agree with Liam. I mean, I feel like you just got to go to the future, man. Who wants to go? It's 2018 now. Who wants to go back to fucking 1518?
Yeah, all the way back to the dinosaurs.
Yeah, like that. Literally. Oh, this is another conversation I had about time recently. Like, it's weird to think, like, we're Canadian, but, like, the American Revolution, like, the War of 1776, you know what I'm talking about? Like, when the Americans fought for their freedom. That really wasn't that long ago. Isn't that weird to think? Same with, like, World War II, man. Like, when World War II ended, my grandfather was born. 1945 he was born. 1945, that's when Hitler surrendered, or, you know, Nazi Germany at least. Who knows what really happened to Hitler? Conspiracy theory? Question mark? No, but, yeah, like, fuck, man, like, that's weird to think that, like, when my grandfather was born, I'm pretty sure Hitler was probably still alive. That's very weird to think that, like, there are still people on this planet, probably, that have, like, spoken to Hitler, or, like, have shook that motherfucker's hand, so, like, I think that's weird to think about. 1518 really isn't that too far in the past in the grand scheme of things, but, like, you go into the future in 500 years, maybe we're on different planets, right? Like, I think that, like,
also true.
The motherfuckers from 1518, if they went in, they're like, if they had this question and like, you know, like some motherfucker, like Morpheus motherfucker came out and he's like, take the red pill or the blue pill, and the blue pill is to go 500 years in the future, they, like, I feel like they'd walk into this world and they'd be like, what?
I was just thinking about that earlier today, like, that exact concept, like, picture, like, rewind to, like, the other night, like, when we were watching the 4K TV.
Yeah, we just got a new TV.
Yeah,
that's
so
lit.
And we were watching the 4K, like, clips that they have on YouTube to, like, show off the power of, like, the 4K resolution and all that shit. And, like, picture, like, someone, like, from, like, even 50 years ago just walking in now and being like, holy shit, like,
yeah,
what is this? Like, just, like, they'd be so confused as to what's going on because, like, this is, like, where the future of, like, you know, TV is right now. Like, that's not even at 4K. Like, this is something that's been around for a few years. Like, picture what it's going to be like in 10 years. Like, this just goes back to the original point of, like, what is entertainment and cinema and film and gaming and pop culture and everything like that? What's that all going to be like? And what about medicine and technology? Like, what's that going to be like in 500 years?
Especially technology.
I would love to see that world.
I think. Yeah, I think that shit's crazy. I think it's a good example that, honestly, we'll be honest, our age demographic that we're really looking for is like 16, 17 to like 24, like young adults kind of thing. Like, that's why, like, we're not censoring ourselves and being like, hey guys, it's me, Christian here, and I really hope you enjoy the show, you know, like, anyway, regardless, like, if you're in that age group, and maybe if you're a little bit younger, maybe you'll still understand what we're saying to you, but, like, you know, you think about, like, your grandparents who aren't very technologically adept, right? Like, you'd be like, oh, your grandma, like, oh, Christian, how do I work this computer? I don't understand. And, like, you're like, oh, god damn it, Grandma, how don't you know how to fucking turn on your fucking computer? But, like, I'm thinking, like, when we're old, like, what aren't we gonna understand?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, picture, like, the teachers of our days, like, you know what I mean? Like, being like, oh, like, I don't know how to turn this projector on, and everyone rolls their eyes like, oh. And, I mean, I think it's, like, some meme I saw, but, like, it really does hold a good point, but, like, people are like, oh, yeah, like, that'll never be me, but then, like, the teachers of, like, the next, like, 20 to 40 years be like, I don't know how to turn on this hologram machine, and, like, oh, how do I make the hologram 3D, or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's really weird to think about exactly where technology is going, and just human development in general, because, like, even over the past, me and Liam are gamers, so, and to speak to the gaming audience, like, it's like, fuck, man, like, when my mom was growing up, like, Super Mario was just, like, becoming a thing, like, when she was, like, 10 or 11 or some shit, like, I'm definitely getting my years crossed up a little bit, but, like, she was like, wow, this shit slaps, like, this shit's hard as fuck, like, Mario Bros, like, I can play this at my home, like, that's crazy, and now, like, we're playing, like, God of War, like, the new God of War, and you're fucking, like, throwing your axe like it's fucking Thor's hammer, and it's coming back to you, and it's all in fucking brilliant HD, like, that's just crazy, man. So, yeah, that's my answer. I gotta go in the future. Fucking, I want to see what the future looks like. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and just watch how the world progresses. So if I could walk 500 years in the future, you're damn straight I'm gonna do that, as opposed to fucking going 500 years into the past where I'm fucking hoeing my own land with a fucking cow at most, and, like, eating corn and going to bed at 6 p.m.
That'd be the big
Yeah, the big. Okay. Anyway, unless you have anything else to talk about, man, I think that's it for me. I'm fucking tired, and also I feel like we've had a pretty good conversation this time. So,
eat my ass, and yeah, that is probably everything I have to say for tonight. But yeah, I agree with you. That is pretty much everything I wanted to discuss with you guys tonight that are listening, or hopefully are listening. That's everything that I wanted to touch up on. I just wanted to let you guys know what we're doing, what our plans are, what we want to do.
Because that's important to us, too, also, that you guys, obviously you're never going to know us on, like, maybe you'll never know us on, like, a, you know, like, name-by-name basis, or, like, you know, like, you'll be, like, our best friends in the world, but we want you. I'd love to do that if that was possible. If I had 1 million people, let's say we had 1 million subscribers, I'd love to know all of them personally, but, you know, it's not, it just doesn't always work that way. Like, even the fans we have now, like, we don't have the funds to just go and fly and see all you guys, even though I wish we could. But, like, where am I going with this? We appreciate it all, and fuck, I mean, even though you can't always know us, you can't really know us, like, super, super well. Like, we want to give you a little bit of a glimpse into our life, and again, that's the goal of this podcast. So I hope that this episode was a little bit of a revelation into who we really are, I guess is what I'm trying to say. For a second I almost forgot, but there you go, that's what I was trying to get out, so I'm glad I got it out. Without any further ado, unless you have anything else to add to this, I think that's it from us.
That's probably going to be everything from me tonight, guys, but for those of you listening, whenever you listen to this, have a great fucking day or a good night. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap on this episode, and tune in next episode for a tutorial on how to eat your own shit. We're going to be doing a tutorial on how to eat your own shit. That's it.
Yeah, all this to it.
We mean it.
And we're bad men.
Yeah, and we're serious.
Yeah, and as always, that's fire.
And that's
sorry, a little bit of interference there. So, as always, guys, every 6 p.m., every 6 p.m. Thursday,
everyone and your dog that the podcast is
every 6 p.m. Every 6 p.m.
Every 6 p.m. from this 6 p.m. onwards.
Yeah, every fucking 6 p.m. I don't care where the fuck you are, 6 p.m. So there's probably like how many time zones? So every 6 p.m. there's a new podcast episode.
Yeah.
So we're never stopping. We're just
tune in, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna die of sleep deprivation at that point because we don't have any time to do anything but the podcast. But every 6 p.m. Thursday, and in case you're wondering, Eastern time. Every Eastern time, 6 p.m. Thursday, we will be uploading an episode of the podcast. If you guys haven't already fucking figured it out, how many times do I have to tell you?
Gang.
Yes, and as always, you guys know what's good. Thank you for tuning into the Evicted Podcast, and suck on Gam's fat cock.
Peace out.
Pussy.